Hey guys, tightrope here bringing you a 2v2 today. We're on Moscow Outskirts. Playing today spawning in the north, we've got esgai with Soviets who has Terra, Soviet Combined Arms and Guard Motor. Teaming out with him, hapilaev21, also with Soviets, going for NKVD straight away. Going for a tier 1 start here. On the other side we have D-beaT with OKW, who has Overwatch, Grand Offensive and Breakthrough, and finally Scaredbox, also with OKW, Overwatch locked in. So this is a Patreon back submitted game in terms of rankings. I got them up here. esgai 690, Happy is 510, D-beaT 710, and Scaredbox 720. So very pretty even matchup here. So Moscow Outskirts, pretty good map for Soviet Tier 1. But not going for the M3A1. That's a big mistake against double OKW start. Especially with neither of them having gone for a Fusilier early game. They're very susceptible to that scout car harass. And I think on this map as well, like playing with M3A1 on the flanks is so strong. That extra mobility helps out a lot on this map. Some cautious stuff here, just guarding the cutoff. Got some sandbags up there, locking it down. Nice wire off on the building here. Jump in anyway. Should be able to bully that squad out of the building quite easily though. Guys charging in here, they've taken some focus. They get into cover okay, but there's a lot of reinforcements, so they can't stay there for long. Looks like Scaredbox going for a bit of a flank here. Coming in from the side, but still got that comm engineer in the buildings, a bit of an obstacle. Pass it onto the side with one window. It's a good idea. Yes, switches focus to this. Oh! Okay, don't know why that was still there. That Kubo backed off to base maybe for repairs. But yeah, switch to shooting at that model that had not cover. That was a good play from Scaredbox. Incendiary grenade in now to the building. Here comes the M3 now. Could jump into cover there quickly if you wanted to. I'll try chase it a bit. So both teams, you know, maintaining control of their fuel, but allies losing their munitions. I mean, the Axis losing their munitions. Scaredbox only going for 2 squads here early on. Into tech. It's a big risk. Probably trying to save for Jaeger lights, but you can easily get bullied off the map and be made to pay for this. It has been like a pretty smooth early game though. Now that the M3A1 is on the field, might be worth considering trying to sneak a mine down. Somewhere like here or here. Could even be worth considering just going for a Tessin at this stage. Is mechanized though for Scaredbox. Good dodge on the Molotovs. Jumping inside of the M3A1. No, gotta repair it up first. But yeah, such a slow start with this M3. If he got that second unit from his tier 1, started the harass right away. Scaredbox with only 3 squads would have been blown off the field completely. Really got to take advantage of that. Good chase down on the negative cover. Oh! Max range. Nice chase down. Do have to worry about this squad itself getting wiped on retreat now, because that's a mighty blob coming into its retreat path. Probably just needs to retreat now. Might be too late now. It's got a favourable retreat. No, this Penal Blob's just too powerful. One wipe apiece. Stern Pie is probably more valuable though than a conscript squad, especially if you're trying to go for something from mechanized that might require some repairs. It's not like Battle Group where you might just skip a vehicle altogether in the early game. Oh man, that Penal Blob causing a lot of damage. Got a machine gun and a Jaeger light, but still, look how much manpower besides that. Could still go for a Raketin. To help cover that M3, which is still alive. Took a Faust out of action for a while, but we'll be back in action shortly. Scaredbox didn't have enough munitions for the G43, went for the STGs instead. That's fine. Officer, Commissar rather, on the field for Happy. Hasn't gone for healing, so maybe planning to make use of that Commissar healing in the meantime. Trying to get neutralized on the muni point here, but oh, it's too painful. The Jaeger light's not properly in cover there either. Losing control on the fuel, and he's putting up a mine down there as well.
I have the men ready. HMG crew is ready.
Oh my god, what is this wire? Alright, well that's interesting. A big wire coming on the cutoff. Problem is, you know, we're in the light vehicle phase. You can just come in here and crush this so easily. So much effort. So easily foiled. Got a build for esgai. 2 Maxims now as well. Not very active with them though, just camping on the edges. Could really put the boots to D-beaT on this site. Did kind of put his battle group between the two, so maybe they're playing to share healing a bit. That's some good teamwork from random team. Okay, flak half track coming in for D-beaT. Quite late though, you can see he's got 70 fuel. Started production on this a good 2 minutes ago. Doesn't have the manpower because he's gone for 2 Stern Pies. That was a very deep conscript, and it gets wiped easily on retreat. Looks now coming out to the edge. Neither of the Soviet players has got tier 3 up yet, so usually at this time you'd have to worry about a tier 7 in, 9 minutes. But in this particular instance, not going to be the case though. The NKVD team can't know that. So you would still have to be cautious. Want to escort the looks with Fausting units. Make sure it doesn't get into too much trouble. Trying to bait this over the mine doesn't work. He's back in for an AT grenade. He's doing all of this on negative cover. And he gets squad wiped because of it. Hit the mine on the way home, but no follow-up possible here, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, meanwhile on the other side, D-beaT kind of switching sides. They're crossing over a bit at the moment, the axis. Do have PTRSs on one of the penals. Some trouble up here. This is from Happy. He did go for tier 1 and tier 2. Don't see that too often. Just making use of it. He was coming into the retreat path. No further PTRSs are upgrading, just got that one. Don't think we've seen Happy use the healing yet from the Commissar, which would have been one of the main reasons to go for that. I don't know why D-beaT didn't try pop up the smoke. Had the munitions for it. We would have survived. There's the looks, getting to work. Just coming in, we've got some PPSH airborne guards. You don't see those too often. Okay, booby trap on the far side. D-beaT really camping that fuel. Needs to get more active with his units though. Can't just be camping on the edge. With so much as well, you know. A bit more forgivable with a machine gun like we see from esgai, but still not ideal. Okay, actually gets pretty good connection on that incendiary grenade. PPSH squad stayed inside the flames for a long time trying to throw their own grenade. MG gets out of the grenade's path, and more Jaegelites coming in for D-beaT. He's got 2 squads of them now. Both of them have gone for Overwatch. Soviet team's definitely going to need some anti-air later on. Oh boy, a Goliath coming in for Scaredbox. Has got everything upgraded with weapons now, so it has a bit more freedom. And choosing to use that on a Goliath. Oh wow, he's going for battle group as well. That's unusual. Yeah, he went for mechanized too. Maybe planning to get the King Tiger out later? It's too early to be planning for that though. Not sure what he's up to there. Maybe could have hung in there for another second or so. Got the decap on the cutoff. Got the M3 on the side capping. Maybe could bait it onto that mine there. Oh! Goliath goes down. Didn't see its cover protection, but wow, why is he retreating with everything? It's very, very strange. Must have been a misclick. Meanwhile, PPSH guards causing trouble through the middle. Bit of a shame, bad start for the Goliath. I think what the ultimate play would be, given that Happy is a bit of a blobber, maybe you could camp the Goliath like close to this building, maybe expecting a squad to get inside it or a blob to come around the corner. Could be pretty strong. Or you could go Von Ivan style, maybe try sneak down this side, drive to like here, and then when they're retreating, drive your Goliath into the retreat path and try and blow them up. Catch the blob on retreat instead. Requires quite a lot of brain power and setup early on, but you can get some really good results with it that way. Okay, second Raketin coming in for Scaredbox and ISG, so I think he is going for a King Tiger stall right from this stage, indicated by the AT guns. Meanwhile on the Soviet side, they're getting the tech up already. Tier 4 up for esgai. There's enough fuel for a T-34 already too. Doesn't have the manpower, and then gone for 2 squads airborne guards and suffering 2 squad wipes as well. Behind. Could you imagine like a Goliath just driving around the corner of the building right now and boom? Could be nasty. Oh wow, Scaredbox activating for the fatherland there. But, ooh, getting some trouble. I think a mortar shell landing, doing some big damage. Luckily the penals are not the best With the focus fire, probably could have wiped one, if not both of those squads if he was sharper with his control. There was a machine gun a little bit further back, but they didn't have to chase too far to get one of those wipes, I think. Soft retreat away from the airborne guards there. Lobs a grenade in. Pretty easy to dodge grenade, but it's alright. Okay, they've regathered this side. Another booby trap up. Suppression having a bit of trouble here. Being overwhelmed by the sheer numbers of the Bob and the Zis barrage. And the mortar. Grenade nicely again. At the time of the game where I would feel concerned about my looks if it's not close to a Raketin. So medium tank's likely to be hitting the field. He's got his teammates Raketin, but random team to this rank, you can't guarantee that it's gonna be saving your looks, I would say. Oh wow, a KV8 first from esgai. Okay. And KV8's generally pretty solid against Raketins. Could be pretty strong here. Got a tech up for D-beaT. Scaredbox will be slower over both stages of tech. Many vehicles out, still 70 fuel away from a medium. 3 Jaeger lights for D-beaT. Will, you know, scale very well later on, but do have to worry about lacking some anti-tank. This KV8 could do very well. He's a bit slow getting it going though. He's felt like it's been out for a while. Coming down the far side. KV8 generally pretty good at like forcing retreats, not that good at doing manpower damage, and it could actually be a problem against D-beaT because this guy has been so like defensive with his positioning. He doesn't like push in after situations where he could do to gain more advantage. There's engine damage on it though. Allowed himself to get Fausted, has to back away from the other Raketin. Missing a lot of the damage though. I suppose, you know, airborne guards could actually be pretty solid against Jaeger lights too if they are used more as an ambush squad rather than shock troops. Okay, it's 2 KV8s. Happy also going for a KV8. Oh boy, Scaredbox trying to build a Howie here. He's going to get himself in some trouble, I think, doing that. Neither of the... Well, I suppose this guy does have a decent number of team weapons. He's trying to get the engine damage in, and the Shrek's actually connecting as well. Gets away with it, a bit hairy. Bit of a risky thing in front of that big of a blob, but it works out. Water getting attacked from the side. Double Raketins trying to roll up. How are we firing out the back here? Maybe going after the Zis. Jaeger light's dead for D-beaT. Commissar. No, that's actually the proper fair propaganda. This guy, I thought it might be the Commissar's one. I don't think we've seen him use it yet. It's definitely one of the highlights of the Commissar.
Red Army artillery ready to fire.
2 kills so far for the Howie. Oh, anti-tank grenade gonna get off. PTRS is right there. I think one volley would probably kill it too.
The enemy has 300 points remaining.
Do you drop one with PTRS? Felt like one of them didn't fire there. There it goes.
Fear propaganda can once again be unleashed.
Messy stuff through the middle. Maybe Scaredbox would have been better off trying to drive down the road. Spring in the strafe there from Vet 1. And just like that, the Soviet team with the triple cap. Both the Axis players so late getting their tanks out. I think the Howie, you know, it's just maybe something you go for after your first tank, once you feel a bit more stable, like the double kittens. They can't do it all. There's too much area to cover, really. And will be later on countered by the PTAB. I mean, O2. Could get bombed out. Boo traps though, I haven't noticed them going off, but they are generally pretty good for holding on to edge, so it's been sharp from D-beaT. We do have another Goliath coming out. A few more craters for it to move around on now. Shusha into the middle, largely avoided though. It's going to run into it though with the Volksgrenadiers. It's healthy again. And we've got a Howie coming in for esgai as well. Looks like it's pointing towards the Axis Howie maybe. I think generally the LEFH does better in the head-to-head. That's how it feels to me. They are very similar stats-wise. Does mean that the Allies are under strength when it comes to anti-tank. Going for Katyushas, Howies, KV-8s. Don't have much to handle a tank, and D-beaT does have that Panther now. Got 2 kills somehow. How did that happen? Crush that I didn't see. Oh, this is a bit dangerous. KV-8 is a long chase down, no mines around. And a few squads coming in as well. Luckily they are not officially moved. If they ran to here, they'll still be able to get a white vote. Double Kittens though in a great position from Scaredbox. Maybe it's going to be able to drive past them. Keep going. He's taking some damage. And, oh, here comes the Panther. Push in with the Zis behind this. If he had enough munitions for this, it could be a different story. Oh, Goliath goes off, but doesn't get a kill. Knocked out by PPSHs. Okay, he's bringing in the anti-tank Overwatch, but I'm not entirely sure why. Suppose try and do something about this Zis. Let's try and crawl in here. Could get a satchel off. Too slow though. T-34's coming in though. 3 more shots, that's going to go down. Panther's coming back in, but coverage. Okay, drives into the anti-tank Overwatch a little bit. The Zis is there. Gets decrewed though. Panther's going to be fine. T-34 could be chased down if D-beaT is feeling confident. This has been decrewed. There's not a lot to stop him here. Maybe he doesn't feel confident. He's making a move now. There's an S-ready 5 here now for esgai. She's going after the Raketans, it looks like. No? Just them on the edge nonetheless, a lot of scatter on it. This is a very good idea from Happy. Really good capping tool in the late game. M3. Oh boy. kill here with the Howie. Up to 3 kills. Did something. Yeah, too easily avoided. M3 does go down on the edge of the Panther though. Good little move from D-beaT. Didn't see, was it? I don't think it was at full health because I'd be able to drive it away otherwise. Okay, a bit of salvage coming in, it's not a bad idea. Seems like the Soviet Howie is just mainly going for counter barrage action. Ooh. Which is probably good overall. Nice thing shooting at all the Raketans the Axis have. This is greedy, trying to set up the ZIS. Let's pass the concussive grenade with the PTRA squad. It's the Commissar, fear propaganda coming in now. Wants to hold on to his ZIS here. Oh, I wouldn't be driving around with the KV-8 on this amount of health when the Panther's still on the field. Here it comes. Su-85 is there, but he doesn't have any snares. In an intercepting position. 10 kills on this? How? Did I miss... Did go for a base barrage? Maybe I must have gone for a base barrage. First barrage and actually did a lot to D-beaT. I didn't notice that. Just quite far behind on VPs. They did suffer that triple cap for a long time and they just haven't contested this one at all. It's been guarded by that one machine gun the entire match. And a large part of that is just not having enough tanks. If they have more vehicles, they'll be able to play on the edges of the map more effectively. Need that mobility. A little crush there from Happy, and he gets a squad wipe because of it. Meanwhile, pushing in here, hoping to get a Faust off. Could kill the Katyusha, can't quite get in range for it. So Happy is switching over to conscripts. So rebuilding the penals. Entirely sure what... Oh, Scaredbox must have been going after the Katyusha again with another barrage. The Raketans up here covering, just out of range though with the setup. Propaganda from the Commissar again. Ooh, okay. Right click quite far away with these. Force them to turn around. If you do like the shorter right clicks, they won't turn around. A bit faster moving away and be facing the correct direction, because you would expect the T-34s to be coming in from this side again. Right clicks within 50 range distance is what you want to be doing. So the Panther maybe doesn't see the Maxim back there. Could have cleared it off here. Open up the capture, and they do need that, the Axis, because they are behind on VPs. Oh, it's a mine over here with the Panther. I mean, this is something that the LEFH will be pretty good at targeting, that Maxim inside the building.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
So get switched back to the base barrage instead of going out for the LEFH. Two T-34s coming in from the side. I didn't notice the Scaredbox rebuilt the Shreya. And the esgai does have enough for a bombing strike here as well. Could polish this off quite easily. I think once you've seen your enemies are so keen to try to kill your Shreya, probably worth just building it in base. Doesn't go down on this particular instance. Could easily have the bombing strike. Yeah, early game, you know, putting it on the field can maybe guide your cutoff, get some value, but late game, risk versus reward is no longer the same. Doesn't make as much sense usually. Especially if the army sizes are staying large like they are at the moment, instead of just like heaps of trades happening. But the Axis do manage to sneak control of this VP, and the Maxim's in a compromised position back there as well. Could even get the decro on this. Ooh. Esgai, okay, he doesn't have the population for it anyway, but he's trying to go for a Katyusha as well. He's got so much anti-infantry. KV-8, howitzer, 2 machine guns, 2 airborne guards. Find himself in some trouble. He's not really, though. Because of the Axis lacking tanks. Okay, 5 kills now. Just going after the mortar, maybe. Just dead in the middle. Katyusha after the machine gun. Decent reaction times there. The Jagdpanzer on the field. He's repaired up. Sure, another Goliath coming in for Scared. So far, you know, neither of the Axis players has managed to save up enough for sector assault. If they were a ranged team, could be pretty nasty if they both saved up enough munitions to use it at the same time. The first activation. Do some major damage. So far, no anti-air from the double Soviet team because they haven't needed it. Scaredbox going for the Goliath instead. Which, you know, it's the more fun option for sure. Might not be the way you win more, but... Oof, drove next to the munitions point there, probably got revealed. Oh, coming into the retreat path. Maybe a little bit too eager though. Okay, nearly got a squad there. Maybe a little bit too, yeah, eager. If baited into the machine gun for a little bit longer and just maybe sneaked along some of the light cover. Could have set that up, but yeah, that's a good move. Trying to work it into the retreat path. Just a few execution mistakes there. Gotta make sure you don't reveal it by driving past the enemy's capture point. It's quite easy to hear it as well. Coming. So you're going for a base barrage now. After the T-34s or something, I'm not sure. Strange target. As I said, this is probably like the prime target. Oh! Squad weapon base. It's ready fire over here, but the Shrek's redesigned it. This is a shot though at max range. Could be a good idea for the Panther to sneak around this side, change the angle a little bit. Oh. Went for a ram there, I think, and it failed. Good kill there. 2 T-34s dead. Panzer and Panther combining up. Katyusha though does clear off the Raketen. One does survive at least. The Scaredbox still with a tremendous amount of float. In fact, so is D-beaT. D-beaT might be setting for another tank here. Oh! Okay. Slow getting out of the building. Costing us over. Bit of a waste PTA being that when there's a Howie back here. I feel like they have the opportunity to sneak up here and get it off. For an on-field one. Or could have used it on this. Random team on both sides, so the coordination may be lacking. The double Soviet team.
We are down to 75
Give a muni cache out the back as well, happy. He was pretty close to his population limit not too long ago, but taking some huge losses. 71 points for the Axis, but they're capping in the middle at the moment. We seem to have a pretty strong hold down this side. Esgai not having much success over there. Oh, Scaredbox rebuilding the Kugel, that's interesting. Maybe trying to use it to cap this far edge point. If the double T-34s were still alive, I'd say that's a terrible idea, but given that they both died, might be able to get some value out of it. I prefer just to go for maybe another Jaeger light though. Use that to cap instead. Move, there is a mine down. So let's push him right the way in here. Go to find the KV8. He's going to be able to sneak around the corner. Okay, base barrage gets some results there for Scaredbox finally. 14 kills all of a sudden. Yeah, with the arrival of the T-34, the Yak Panzer was in a compromised position, wasn't ready to return fire and keep things safe. Kugel out on edge capping, T-34 is heading straight there.
Ready to execute. Receiving effective fire. Protect the flank.
He's going to go down, oh, especially if he gets stuck. How did it take engine damage there, by the way? Maybe it was going to get abandoned. T-34 is coming down the far side, maybe looking for the base kill again. Has been repaired up, but there is the IL-2 bombing that could happen here. Do need a few shots from the T-34 before that though. Make sure it dies. But yeah, that's what you have to worry about going for the late game Kugel. Against a mobile medium like the T-34. It's easy pickings for it. Gotta be very sharp with your awareness if you want that to work. Make sure you get out of there. You think they're rotating on you? Two Panthers again for D-beaT. He's making some plays here. He's brought in the loiter. Some really good connections here as well. KV8 getting extremely low. The Panthers backing away though. Man. So easy for them up here. There are no snares. Nothing to be scared of. I don't know why he decided to back away. Airborne Guard's dead in the middle meanwhile. Chusha going after the ISG it looks like. Not hitting much though. Pushing up with a machine gun into the capture circle makes sense. Close call on the edge. Don't want to be coming up here completely unsupported though. This is too risky.
The enemy is taking what we have
Could go wrong so easily. Make sure you at least have like a Fausting squad. Definitely T-guns rolling up for Happy as well. Maybe going to look to push. He really likes to kill these Schwers. You can feel what he's trying to do before he even does it. Oh! FHD crude over here. Still pretty healthy on the weapon though, so it's not too big of a deal. Make sure to repair it when you recruit next. He's going in again, yeah, he just can't resist it. He can't help himself, he just loves killing it. He's going for it again, isn't he? He loves it so much, killing the Schwer. It's not working out too well for him at the moment though. It cost himself a penal. If his teammate just used this, it could have been dead like ages ago. He wouldn't have to take so many losses here. Meanwhile, the Panthers going out the back. Knock out the Katyusha right at the base sector.
One of our AT guns has been neutralized.
Oh boy, doesn't dodge. Okay, Put those a little bit further back. Not the best targeting on that falling strike. A couple mines down here could still be relevant. 35 needs to get into a position to assist here as well. Can't leave it up to the assist alone. Oh, Happy lost his Katyusha. It looks like Scaredbox popped in the loiter, got the kill.
We are suffering heavy losses. 50 points remain.
Maybe one of them, yep. Replaced by AI. So some puzzling build orders all around. I think, yeah, Happy obviously going for tier 1, not going for an N3A1 like first thing against double OKW. It's just a huge mistake, especially on this map. I think it's so strong on the edge control, and that's where the fuel is. So I think that's a big mistake. Gave the Axis a lot more breathing room, especially for Scaredbox, going for only 2 squads into tech, trying to get those early Jaeger lights out. Could have been just completely forced off the map early on with more aggression from Happy. But it kind of worked out okay in the end, because it didn't end up coming through and allowed them to build Jaeger lights and machine guns straight away. But yeah, especially when you're trying to go for mechanized, which is a bit more expensive before you get it up, can be a bit of a risk. On top of that, building the Howie before a tank, it's, yeah, I could see it maybe if you're up against like heaps of team weapons or something like that. But other than that, it's just too risky. It means you're so reliant on the double kittens. If something goes wrong, you get caught out of position, they hit a mine, you get hit by a Katyusha barrage, you can just get completely overrun. And then you have no control over the edges. On top of that, just generally moving the rockets to the edge, quite risky as well. So yeah, generally want a medium or something up first, and then you go for the rocket artillery after that. And it's not a particularly good map for the Howie. It's quite wide. Can often spend a lot of time having to rotate from side to side, trying to find angles. But yeah, some, decent attempts with the Goliath. You got to, practice makes perfect. You gotta keep going. I think that one, the final Goliath move where it moved into the retreat path, that was the right idea, I think. But yeah, just generally hiding behind sight blockers like this, really good. Or as I said, trying to take the long way around and get into the retreat path is quite good. As you go up in the skill levels, players will be better at hearing the Goliath in the fog, but it can still work. But yeah, I'd say generally on the Axis side as well, there's a bit too much float. It was pretty rare to see these players under 500 manpower at any stage throughout the game, which is a bit of an issue. As for the double Soviets, yeah, Happy maybe a little bit too eager to kill the Shreya off. Took way too many losses with that last push, especially. With better coordination from his teammate, this would have been dead. But, that happens with randoms. Can't always coordinate that too well. Didn't really get much value out of the anti-tank Overwatch. Did see one activation of it here when it didn't make much sense. Did see a ram earlier attempted as well, but backfired. Generally, the double T-34 plays from Happy were a little bit underwhelming. Didn't get a good opportunity to go ram into Overwatch, but it could have been quite nasty. But yeah, don't see Howie on Howie action too often. And this one, the Soviet one, actually did pretty good with the brace barrages as well. And this one did eventually get some kills right on the tail end. Good barrage into the base. That's ideally what you want to be doing. Like, if you see an opportunity where your opponent's blob, which Happy had been running around with, generally like 3 or so squads in a blob, retreating, lining up a barrage onto their base. And you can just start the barrage like straight away. It's got enough shells that still be like 3 or 4 by the time they hit the base. It's just something you can like set and forget, you know. Don't have to plan it and then remember it later on. Start the barrage and then it should be all good. It does give your opponent a bit of a warning. They might start dodging as soon as they get back to base, but less brain power for you, right? So it's good. But yeah, that'll do it, I think. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like good game recast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.